Hello, everybody, and good to see you. And welcome to Hope TV. I'm E. Dewey Smith, and my wife Andrea. We're here today to welcome everybody. So excited to have you tune in today to Marriage Matters. It's amazing. We've been doing this since March of 2020, and some of you have been a part with us. You've been a family, part of our family since March of 2020. And we want to thank you for riding with us, man. It's been 14 months. Can you believe that?
A long time.
Listen, this is crazy. We're coming up on that, and 14-month anniversary in a few days. And we also, while I'm on this, we want to welcome and wish all the mothers out there happy Mother's Day. God bless you. Hope you all had a great time for Mother's Day, and hope you're still walking and being blessed. We're excited. And those who tune in from Apple TV and Roku and Twitch and Amazon and YouTube and Facebook and IG Live and the edoinsmith.org website, HOHATL.org website, Hope HTV now have you tune in. We're thankful that you tune in. And if you're watching through a platform that will allow you to subscribe or to like or to comment or to share, won't you do that? That's so helpful to us. Every time you subscribe, you can get notifications as to when new content is uploaded. And we upload content all day long. You like, your comments help us with our algorithms and our social media engagements. Then, of course, last but not least, your shares help us to get the word out, because this show has been viewed by everybody, not just married couples. Your mom watches this show.
And yeah, what does that mean?
It's just funny to me. Her mother, her mother watches this, and she's 86, and it's just wow. So it's not just for married people, single.
Want to be married?
If it's complicated situationship, you just want some hope, some good conversation. This is an original show, and we hope that you share this link with somebody else and be inspired and be encouraged by it. We had some great conversation last week. Great couples shared with us last week that we love and respect and appreciate, and we didn't get an opportunity to finish everything, and so we invite them back for part 2. And so we'll welcome back Larry and Alicia McDonald, Jake and Alicia McDonald. Welcome back, fam. How y'all doing?
All right. Hey.
Hello. Good to see y'all. To all the single ladies who are watching, and there's a guy on your job that you find attractive or maybe intrigued by, don't be so shy. Go find watch last week if you missed it. Get an old lady on the job and ask her to help you shoot your shot. Amen. You can do it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You can be waiting. He waiting on your Boaz. You're going to be by your own. But I'm not going to, okay, but I'm just serious. But sometimes get somebody to help you. All right. Boaz ain't coming. All right. But anyway, with that being said, we had a great conversation last week about, just powerful. And I hope everybody watch it. If you didn't go back and catch part 1 last week of the conversation, I'm telling you, it's going to bless you. But we closed out talking about the powerful experiences about, when parents have to release their kids and let them make their own decisions. And that was a great question that Andrea asked last week. And both Alicia and Jake had their own stories about how their parents had to release them to make decisions as a teenager, and even about getting married. I think it was a great question last week too. And Jake, we know. I want to ask this because I think it's interesting. Because sometimes as you get older, the roles shift, and what happens is children go from following the direction of their parents to, as we get older, children having to kind of take over and almost become the parents. The roles get reversed. Andre's figuring it out now, and because I had to figure it out with my mom as well. And 11 months ago, your father passed, and that a lot of people are going through that. So how y'all? How first of all, how are you processing that? Being up here and him being away, and because a lot of people are dealing with grief now. And then Andre's going to ask you something about that too, Alicia, about supporting him as he's going through that. So how you doing, Jake? How you been navigating through that, having to kind of say, you know, see you later to your dad? How have you been processing that?
It took a while, to be honest with you. It was kind of tough because it kind of came out of nowhere.
Wow.
When we got the call, it was unexpected because him and my aunt are they're pretty private with their medical stuff. You don't really know nothing's wrong. You can see like they came up for a weekend, and normally he would sit outside and we'd talk and just outside all day. Last time he came up here, he was only sat out there for 45 minutes, and he was like, "Oh, I'm tired. I'm gonna go and call it a day." And came and went on in the house, and he had lost a lot of weight. But you see it, but you want to say, "Oh, nah, that's just he just." He liked to walk, and he just exercising because he went through those stages where he would do a lot of walking and exercise and try to stay fit. And then we got that call, and he said that it wasn't good. So we went down. It was rough. It was rough for a while.
Yeah, I remember when we were going through that with his mom, and how as a wife and as a helpmeet, you feel the pain, you feel his pain, but you love that person too. So you're grieving too, but you also have to, be there for them. So, I mean, Alicia, how was it, how is it for you, like, to, support him? Like, just, I mean, as a lesson to wives, sometimes you have to put what you feel on the back burner so you can be there, for your spouse. How, I mean, what's your advice on that, or how did you deal with that?
Well, so when we got the call, I was the one that got the call. But get this, I was actually on Flat Shoals Parkway, and earlier that day, and somebody hit me, and I totaled out my car, kids in the car, but everybody was okay, but totaled out my vehicle this particular day. So as Jen is taking us back to the house, and the record came and got the car to take it and everything, I get that call. And he's working, so they're telling me that they want me to be the one to tell him what is going on. So when I did get back to the house, I called, and he kind of already knew, and he kind of finished my sentence for me. But I want to say that is when I've seen the most emotion from him from this. And so it kind of knocked me off my socks for a minute. Like, I was off balance for a minute myself because I'm not used to him,
Right.
Yeah, I'm not used to that at all. Okay, no. So I did have to kind of flip off my feelings for a second so that I could see if he was all right. And I remember just constantly just asking him, "Are you okay? What do you need? What do you want to do?" And I told him, we're in a pandemic, but whatever we got to do, that's what we're gonna do. So you just tell me what you want us to do. And what is so, I know it's the Lord, but he was still taking care of us even then, the Lord and King Davis, because one of the things that he gifted him in his passing was a car. So when my car, that day when we found out that he had passed, my car is totaled out. So we got to wait for the insurance to do this. We got to wait for this to do that. But meantime, I'm going left. I'm going to Macon. I'm going to Atlanta, and he's going to McDonald's, and we talking about one car. So I think King Davis was still taking care of us even then, because he was able to drive that car, and I was able to drive his car until we got another new vehicle. So, but back to the pain part, like I said, I've never had to witness him. He's had relatives to pass, and I'm not saying that he didn't feel anything, but I think this one was heavier than anything that I think you really ever experienced. And it ran deep for all of us, because here's a man that taught my husband how to be a man. So, and he treated me just like I was his daughter. I want y'all to understand, even though technically he was his nephew, he was his son, and I was his daughter. And he made it plain and he made it clear all the way to the very end. And Jake is considered one of his children, just like the ones that have his blood. So, you know, I just think that I just had to be there for whenever he wanted to talk about it. When he didn't want to talk about it, he said he didn't want to talk about it, and I left him alone. Okay, I didn't press him, but I just let him know that whatever you need, I'm here. And when the time came, he was comfortable with coming to me and talking to me about it. So, but we're still in agreement.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That is so good to hear both your stories,
Yeah.
because I mean, and here's what's tough now, because people are having to do this and you can't be there. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, we talk about parents getting older and them getting sick. Andre's mother just had hip replacement. Well, you know, you can't go to the hospital. Only one person can be in the hospital. You know what I mean? A day. And nurses don't talk to one person. You know, Pastor Wallace hearing died. You know,
We couldn't.
can't. You know, this man been in my life all my life. Can't go say goodbye to him. You know, saying by FaceTime. So having to figure out how to do this, how to maneuver through this, a lot of people having to figure it out. And to hear your story, I think has been helpful.
These movements like COVID, BLM, how do you think it's affected the Black dollar?
It's affected the Black dollar, especially with COVID-19, where so many people have lost their jobs. And I don't think people knew to the extent of the loss that was going to be. It's a bit devastating, but I don't say it's the end of the world. I definitely try to help people get on the right track, so when the next COVID comes, you're together.
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play us drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
I have went through the trenches to understanding of dancing with darkness, to realizing that I had to be broken to be a light. Outside of the titles, outside of the responsibilities, what I owe God is everything. And so I speak from a solid foundation of knowing that I'm not my past circumstances, I'm not my past situations, I'm not my trauma, but I am who He's called me to be.
Let me ask you this, Alicia, because now we're going through this, and I know you've been through it too, where your parents almost now are becoming the children.
Yeah.
So, you know, I have to fight with my mom. No, you need to do this. You got to take this. You got to do this. How are you navigating that? Because I know your dad has been sick, you know, and I know he is stubborn, you know, and, you know, how are we dealing with that?
Okay, so y'all know Pastor JW, so he can be hard at times to, I mean, he still wants to do what he used to do, and I'm trying to explain to him, you know, certain things you can't do anymore. You can't drive when it get dark. You know, you can't make decisions like DirecTV and AT&T and stuff like that until you can it first. Don't change no plans. Don't do, you know, and, you know, I think now he is kind of adjusting a little better because now he kind of says, I need to talk to Lisa first. I need to talk to Lisa first, or I need to talk to Jake first. But it's been a rough road. Brenda, she's gonna go with the flow, you know. Long as you seeing about it, she's good. She's good. She's happy that you're looking out for her. But JW, every now and then he have to raise up and tell you, you know, I'm dad. I'm the dad. But it's been a major adjustment. It's been a major adjustment. But I am glad that where he may not feel comfortable telling me something, he'll tell him.
Yep,
that's good.
They are really best friends, pretty much. In that.
That's my man. That's my man right there.
Yeah. When you watch that natural camaraderie, you know, being around, seeing interactions is a beautiful thing, and I just think it's amazing, you know, how those roles reversing, and y'all doing it beautifully. Y'all, you know, your stories helping some people, you know how the roles reverse. But speaking of roles, though, Jake, I want to ask you this question because Alicia is a professor. She works for Fort Valley State. She works for every church in Georgia. So she's a missionary, choir director, praise and worship leader, choir director. So
and she's over the choir for them.
She's over the gospel choir for Fort Valley. She works for the Macon Church. She works for the Atlanta Church. She works for another church and two more churches in Atlanta. So before COVID, she teaching. She's choir rehearsals at nighttime every week. Church on Sundays. So that's a whole lot. She got 11 jobs in addition to being a wife and a mother. So how do you handle being the father holding things down? Because you have to do a whole lot of things. What you call it?
And you work.
Yeah, and you were, right. You work a full-time job. You're professional. So here you are working all day and doing your thing, take care of your family as you were taught how to do. And she works, but then you have to come home and be a parent and work again. That's a full-time job with no pay. So how do you handle having to step up? Because a lot of stuff you have to do now. Cooking, cleaning, helping with the boys. How do you navigate that? Because a lot of men probably would struggle. What you mean by that? I heard that.
I mean, they would.
Yeah.
They would.
Oh, I'm just asking what you meant by that. All right. But anyway, so how because I stopped stepping back, you know. Come on. I do. Anyway, so how do you handle that, Jake? You know, taking care of your responsibility at work when they come on and have to help out to do stuff
that traditionally people think is the wife's role.
Well, I think for me, it was easy for me because of my grandmother and my great grandmother. My great grandmother, they taught me how to cook. They taught me how to wash clothes. Basically, taught me you need to be able to take care of yourself. So that made me self-sufficient. So with me and when the boys came, it was pretty natural because I'm gonna cook. I gotta eat, so they gonna eat. If I don't want anything, I'm gonna make sure they get something. You know, it was when we had the first one, Connor. My job was when I got out of work, I was to go. My part of homework was psych works. I had to cover all psych works. That was my thing. That was me and his. That was our time together. That was our bonding time. And it was that was what we did. He took his showers. We went over psych works. He went to bed. Caden, it's a little different. He's something else. He's too much.
Somebody number two.
He's too much like me. So you have to watch him.
A lot like
him. But he's active, very active. He's always into something. But it's pretty much the same thing. I basically just try to pick up where she left off. Try to set some kind of structure. You go, when I come home, we're going to eat at this time. I know it used to be 6 o'clock we eating. No matter what happened, at 6 o'clock we're going to sit down and eat. Like 7:30, you taking your shower. After shower, we're going to do psych work. You going to bed. 9 o'clock, it's done. COVID changed all of that. They really don't respect the bedtime now. They think they can stay up every night as long as they want to. So it's a fight, almost nightly. But as far as taking care of them, all she has to do is tell me her schedule, and I just have to make sure I'm in place. If I'm not, I'm gonna get a call or a text. So I try to, even the people, my employees know when that phone ring at 5 o'clock, they be scared to tell I'm still in the building because they know it's a problem. So I try to, if I gotta be somewhere, I tell them I gotta go. And I want her to be her best and be the best she can be at whatever she wants to do. I support whatever she want to do. I'm there for it. If I have to come home and if I take some time off from work, take care of the boys while she go do something, I don't have a problem with it. All I gotta do is you gotta give me time to plan.
Wow.
So let me ask you this, Jay, because I know, from where we live up in Henry County to Fort Valley, that's like hour and a half one way.
One way.
Yeah.
1 hour one way, and a lot of times it's at night.
Yeah.
RTN.
Yeah. Country roads, back roads, dark.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that part of it? Because I know a lot of men just like, they just wouldn't want their wife to do it, wouldn't allow her to do it. How do you feel about that?
She's a good driver. I don't worry about her driving. I know she can drive. The only thing I worry about at night on those back roads is deer or something running out or somebody else not paying attention. She usually calls when she gets on the road, and she'll talk to either me or the boys. She'll FaceTime, which she shouldn't be doing while she's driving.
I don't look at it.
But I know she's a good driver. Yeah. We know she's all right. If she has to stop and get gas, I'll stay on the phone while she's pumping gas. I try to tell her all the time, you need to get gas before you go, before it gets dark. Why you always wait at night when you're leaving to get gas? She just waits for me to get in the car so she can say, you drove my car to the store, you need to give me some gas. But I don't have a problem. If I drove it, so if I get to drive it, whenever I do get to drive it, I end up putting gas in. That's the only thing
I'm spoiled because Brenda didn't pump no gas.
Okay, but you ain't.
She's very spoiled.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, pre-COVID. So pre-COVID, like, what was your schedule like? I'm just curious because I know with all these jobs.
Okay, so my schedule, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I was in Fort Valley. I had a class from 11 to 1. So I had to leave Fort Valley, come back to pick them up from school at 2:30. Yeah, 2:30. Then I come home, get everybody settled with any homework or anything that they got to do. And I'm looking at maybe 3 good hours or less. And he picks it up so I can go to somebody's church choir rehearsal. So that's how Tuesdays and Thursdays were. Mondays, we kind of keep that as family time because the Carter family has prayer every Monday. Every Monday, you got to be ready for the prayer call. So we're usually in place on Mondays, and we're usually in place on Fridays.
Yeah, Friday.
But Wednesdays, even I started. I have rehearsals on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays at churches. So Mondays and Fridays, Saturday, weekend, yeah, is a lot.
And all day gone Sunday, every Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah, and they'll show up at 1 out of wherever I am. They'll show up at 1 or 2. But they ride with me.
Oh yeah.
Now, how did you do with the choir in Fort Valley?
Well, see, in class, I'm actually able to teach. I teach the university choir. So those that sign up for my class, they're in the choir too. So that's an advantage. Gotcha. And then I bring the gospel choir to me. I bring anybody else who wants to sing on campus, and I bring them all together to form the university choir. But I work with, it used to be called the concert choir was my class, but now it's just the university choir. So I teach vocals pretty much for my class. But I automatically induct everybody into the university choir so we can sing for the big occasions at the school.
The decisions that you make have to make sense toward the end goal. You have to be okay talking about yourself, selling yourself, being your brand, to expose what the gift is that God has put in you so that other people know about it. I knew that it was something that I wanted to offer to people who were also dreaming or trying to be entrepreneurs and things of that sort, who just didn't know how to get started.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
What did you do to make Jake feel comfortable in being there? You know, without him being intimidated. You got a lot of men who are very insecure and intimidated by a busy, you know, a wife who has a lot going on. Was he just secure by himself? Do you try to affirm that? You know, I'm just trying to figure out, what can you say to men right now who have a wife like you, but they're not handling it as smoothly as Jake is handling it? What would you say to them?
Well, first of all, he is pretty confident with himself. And I think that is the main thing. He's so cool with himself. Pretty much, he knows he has it like that. So he doesn't give me any grief about, he wants me to be great. Like, this man actually wants me to be great. And he'll do whatever he has to do to support my dreams. And my businesses, my everything. He trusts me and I trust him.
So Jake, what would you say to women to, like, you know, how do you make your husband feel comfortable? You know, because some women, you know, they have an attitude, but this is what you're supposed to do. How does she make you feel comfortable, you know, doing a lot of the stuff you do? And is she appreciative? How does she show she's appreciative?
Honestly, I don't think it's really that the wife's place to make him feel comfortable. He has to feel comfortable with it. That's something that's within himself. She can't, if she's got to keep saying, oh, you know, you got to keep doing that, then it's not going to, you know, because he just, there's a trust issue there. And somewhere down the line, it's not going to work. I mean, he's got to be able to say, hey, you go be great. I want you to do what you got to do. Do what needs to be done. I'm gonna be there for you. I'm gonna be here holding this down while you taking care of that. And then when I'm going out to do what I gotta do, you gonna be here. We just gonna switch roles. You gotta be interchangeable. You gotta be able to do it all. You gotta be able to wash clothes, wash dishes, cook, clean, cut the grass. You know, she ain't gonna do that, but
I have done it before.
You know, but you did it. I mean, you just got to be kind of, it's like an interchangeable thing now, because nowadays you got to be, you never know with this COVID thing, you never know, it could be here today, gone tomorrow. You don't know what you're dealing with. So you just got to be versatile. You got to be able to adjust it and just maintain that communication, and that, you know, y'all got each other.
But it's not that you have assigned seats. You don't have assigned seats in this in marriage. you do what you have to do when you have to do it. So, you know, it's kind of even Steven so much around here. It's like, whose grits do you like the best? Who's, you know, it's like we run neck and neck in a lot of stuff. But I mean, I know how to handle, and he knows how to handle. So whichever role we playing today, whatever hat I'm putting on today, I got it. So
let me ask this right quick. So now, pre-COVID, you were gone a lot. You guys were, your schedules were different. Jake, is a manager, at a Walgreens. So, his schedule may vary. But now that COVID has hit, you're home a whole lot more. So how is that working? How are these roles and stuff, and how's it working now?
It's actually been a lot of fun. You want to talk or you want me?
All I can say is thank God for different rooms.
That too.
It's not just her, it's the other ones that's here too. You sometimes you need your space. And I know how to get my space. I just go outside. Nobody likes going outside. So I can go out, sit outside all day.
Until.
Or work. And well, now she'll go out. But before, nobody would come outside. So if I wanted some time away to go, it used to be when I wanted some time and I needed to think, I would come home and cut the grass. Even if it needed cutting or not, I would just get behind the lawnmower. And that's where I did all my thinking. I would process stuff from work. And anything when I was going through all this stuff with my uncle, that's where my time was. That was like meditation for me. But I mean, it's the only difference is they just not going to school.
But we spend, of course we spend more time here, but we've learned to appreciate a whole lot more that's here because God bless us with a beautiful house and everything. And I was like, oh wow, we've been here for how many years? 12? Almost 12 years. Yep. And I'm like, oh, we need to take care of this. We need to take care of that. We need to start doing this. We need to start doing this. And then we ended up building a gazebo. We have two gazebos in the backyard. And we actually laid down pavers. Yes, I helped lay down pavers. Yes. And Pastor Jen. Yes. We were outside. We were outside laying down pavers to extend the back deck. So now it's like we don't feel whole until we go outside and just meditate and talk. We date out in the gazebo. Yes. We watch movies out there. We have our spirit sometime out there. Yeah, we have a good time outside. And guess what? We don't have to worry about a babysitter or anything like that. They're in the house doing their own thing. So we're able to find, I believe we have spent more time like that close time since Corona.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. And like going outside now. I didn't used to like going outside at all. Ooh, outside. You come back in smelling like outside. Who wants that? No. Now I get my book, get me something to drink, and we just, have a good time.
That's good. Yeah, and now and also on top of all that, Jake's in management, you teaching, you working, music, night parenting, take care of each other. Yeah. And then you also have a business?
Yes, I do.
Talk about that.
I actually have two. One kind of branched off from the other. McDonald Consulting, LLC, is helping churches, small businesses with the organization of their ministries and different departments. So I do consulting with them. And then I also stemmed down and did CMC LLC Presents, which is providing positive vibes, paraphernalia from masks to t-shirts, from hoodies, just about anything you can wear up top, coming up with designs like these to share with my friends and family and others.
So how can people get in touch with you with your businesses? Give you information.
Okay, you can email cmcllcpresents@yahoo.com. cmcllcpresents@yahoo.com. And from there, you will be directed to the different platforms where I have social media groups.
All right. Listen, this has been a great conversation. Y'all have shared, uh, been insightful and helpful. And I think just helping people navigate through these times. Anything you want to say?
Nope, I just appreciate you guys for coming on, especially you, Jake, because I know you don't like to talk as much and to be up front, but you know, you're my guy. You did an awesome job.
Yeah. I was shocked when they said she's going to be on there. I said, okay, well, I'm going to have to treat him to a good cigar. So I owe you a cigar after this because you just did a wonderful job. I was shocked. Jake not going to come and talk. You did a wonderful job. So whatever kind of cigar you want, I'm going to get it for you. So that's on me. So I'm gonna treat you to it. Hey fam, you've been watching this episode of Marriage Matters with the McDonald's, and they have shared a lot of powerful stuff that's been helpful. I hope it's got you thinking and being inspired and being encouraged, and just to kind of live and enjoy and take every day as a blessing. So other than that, we've been happy to share with you today, and appreciate you being a part. Anything you want to say before we go?
Nope. Just
All right.
God bless you all.
Hey, and if you missed episode 1 with McDonald's, go back to last week. Make sure you check it out. It's gonna be a blessing to you as well. Y'all, thank y'all for being a part, and please check out Alicia's businesses. The information is on the screen now. Check it out. She's resourceful, and if she can't help you, she's not gonna hurt you at all. So if you're interested in her business offerings and endeavors, please check out. Go to the website and get all the information. We're going to close this episode of Marriage Matters now, but as always, remember this: if you will be good to God, then God will be good to you. Until next time, peace. Bye-bye, y'all.
Family. Bye.